Hey everyone, Evan Kirstel with a fantastic discussion around cloud computing with Kaveh Koram, CEO at a company you're going to learn a lot about, Usage AI. Kaveh, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing well. Thanks so much for joining me. Really, I was intrigued to learn about you guys a number of weeks back. And tell us about yourself and Usage AI, a company that's looks pretty interesting, pretty disruptive to AWS developers.
Yeah, sure. So I can talk a little bit about myself. I've been writing code for a long time. So I've been writing code since I was in high school, since I was 16 years old. So
You're
I've always
17
loved
now.
writing
Is
code.
that right? You're 18.
I-
Okay.
I'm 26 now. Um,
Oh my goodness, an old
but
man.
yeah, effectively. But yeah, I've been writing code for a while. I love building things, and I've been an engineer for a very long time. I've always used to hack on projects just for fun. Studied computer science at Washington State University for a little bit before dropping out. And uh, yeah, I mean, I've just been building things forever. I love building things. I did a lot of hackathons when I was a kid, or when I was in
Nice.
college. Um, so fly to a lot of competitions and put together a team and build something in 24 to 36 hours and get no sleep. And so I love working hard and I love building things. I love putting together an incredible team and I love winning. Um, and yeah, that's a bit about
Wow,
me.
that's awesome. And so, in your journey as a developer and cloud fanatic, obviously you're right there in Seattle, so you had some insights and insider understanding of AWS. Tell us about Usage AI and how you and the team sort of coalesce there around your vision at Usage.
Yeah, I mean, so to give some background, I worked at a few companies. I worked at JP Morgan for a little bit, and I worked at another company called LivePerson for a little bit. And it's just
Sure.
it's something I kept seeing over and over again, where it's like every place I went to, nobody really had a good grasp of what their cloud spend looked like. And I remember the solutions at the time were all, put in your information on this form, a salesperson will reach out to you, and there's a 3 to 4 week POC process, and these are for all the existing cloud optimization tools. And I just thought like there should be a better way, right? Like there should be a tool where I could just, as an engineer, go on there, do it self-serve, do a savings test by myself, see how much money I can save, click a button, get the savings. And all the tools at the time were like, it takes 3 to 4 weeks to get set up. You have to sign a multi-year contract. Um, and that's exactly what we built with Usage. It's completely automatic, completely self-serve. You can go from start to finish in 5 minutes and get up to 60% off your bill, your AWS bill. Um, and yeah, yeah.
So that's it's really interesting. It's almost when you see something like this, it's almost too good to be true. So explain why this is a valid approach to saving money on AWS. And I've talked to some of my insiders at AWS, and like, yeah, we support what Usage AI is doing. It's a nice approach for onboarding new customers. So explain how you work exactly.
Yeah, so at a very high level, and I can kind of drill a little bit deeper. Basically, at a very high level, since we manage so much spend, we effectively get these kind of bulk discounts from Amazon. Um,
Ah,
and we then use those like bulk discount those we basically apply those bulk discounts onto our customers. So the more spend we collect through the platform, the higher the savings become for our customers. And AWS loves us. I mean, we're an AWS partner. We have a really good partnership with AWS, both with some of the leadership there and with account managers, lots and lots of account managers. In fact, they actually send us customers directly. So we have a very strong relationship with them. They love us. We're basically for Amazon. We're basically guaranteeing them. We're bringing in more guaranteed long term revenue for Amazon. So they really like what we're doing, and yeah.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better partnership there. And you're also looking at multi-cloud. Tell us more about maybe Google Cloud or other clouds in the future that you might be able to offer efficiencies on.
Yeah, so we're launching with Azure by January of this year. Sorry, by
Oh,
January of
wow.
next year. So in about
Okay.
60 days or so, we'll be on
Right.
Azure. And then soon after that, another 60, 90 days after that, we'll be on Google. So we'll be able to support all three major cloud providers. And eventually we might even do, we're starting to see some demand for on-premise cost optimization. So that might be something we will look into. It's not yet on the roadmap.
That's fantastic. Now you talk about 57%. That's a pretty specific number. So how do you do new customers realize that sort of savings like right off the bat? What's involved in the sign up process that allows them to save money? It's unusual that you can save 57% on anything these days, particularly in a high cost computing and storage and networking world. So what would that look like for a existing or new Amazon customer?
Yeah. So what's really exciting about the platform is, if you have an AWS environment, basically by clicking try free on the website, you can actually go through a savings test, see exactly how much money you can save,
Mm,
which takes roughly 5 minutes, and and then you click there's an autopilot button once you're on the dashboard. You just click that button, and you save money. Um, now,
okay.
how the reason why we use 57% is, basically Amazon, what we're doing on the back end is we have a bunch
Mhm.
of these 3-year contracts from Amazon, right? So the average savings for these 3-year contracts is 57%, anywhere from 57, sometimes up to 60%. So that's where we got the 57% number from. That's like that's the most common savings amount that we see most of our customers getting.
Fantastic. And now you have some significant backers who've invested in the business. Tell us about that experience as a new founder, entrepreneur, raising money, building a team. It's been an exciting ride for you and the team,
Yeah,
I hope.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we just really launched the product January of this year. Last year we spent a lot of time doing
Okay.
R&D. We launched the product January of this year. We grew from one person, just me, to we're at 15 people now here in New York City. Um, and yeah, we've raised a couple $1 million very recently. And some of our backers include Justin Mateen. So he runs a fund called the
Mhm.
Jam Fund. And this is actually, according to Business Insider, he's the number one early stage investor in the country. Or his fund is
Wow.
the number one early stage investor in the country. So he's one of the best. And we also have a lot of other funds. Back in Capital, one of the best early stage funds. Really, some of the best early stage funds are our investors. Back in Capital is another. Latani Ventures, One to One Capital. Um, and then we have a bunch of angels who are like, former founder of Tinder, former founder of Scale AI, former founder of RxBar, founder of Raise. Uh, so we kind of have the best of the best when it comes to early stage investors, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah, that's well done. Congratulations. And we have reInvent coming up, this month or in a couple weeks. Are you going to be there? I guess you're going to be watching pretty keenly what happens in the Amazon ecosystem. What do you expect?
Yeah. So I'm actually expecting there might be price increases, just based
Hmm.
on kind of the macros of what's going on in the world. There might be price increases. That's what I've heard. That's what might happen. Not totally sure. And that would be the first time I think ever AWS has increased prices. So that could happen. In terms of me being I also anticipate new EC2 instance types, probably instance types that are not as expensive or that are lower cost, newer generation. And I think there's going to be a big focus on cost optimization. So if you listen
Mhm.
to, if you've listened to AWS's last earnings call, they spent a lot of time talking about how they want to help their customers really start to save money. Because I think what happened is you see a lot of these very large enterprises that have moved um, from on-premise to cloud, to AWS, for example. And since they can't really control those costs, they're actually seeing higher costs, much higher costs
Mm.
compared to on-premise. And I think we're seeing a situation where now these companies where it's like a little bit harder to raise money, and money's just harder to come by. So I think you're starting to see a lot more enterprise companies really start to look at their spend and really start to consider, like, what's the cloud actually worth it, or should we move back to on-premise? So I think we're going to see a lot of focus when it comes to we're going to see a lot of focus when it comes to, like, actually AWS pushing cost optimization onto their customers a little bit stronger.
Yeah, the CFOs and the investors are really back in the power position now, and kind of tightening the purse strings, to say the least. Now I've seen a couple, uh, pictures of your office. Where are you in New York City? And are you all back in the office now and working together side by side?
Yeah. So we're in Soho in Manhattan.
Oh, fun.
We're all in the office. Everyone's in the office. Actually, 100% of our team is in the office. And it's
That's
it's a
awesome.
lot of fun. We have we bought a gong, so every time we close a sale,
Uh,
someone hits the gong.
okay, gong, not a bong,
Gong.
a gong.
No,
Just to be
no,
clear,
no, gong.
for the
A gong, yeah. And so every
okay.
time a salesperson closes a deal, we hit the gong, and we got lunch together. We work pretty late hours together. So it's just a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Living the dream in NYC. Well, I always enjoy talking to founders and startups in New York City and here in Boston. Not everything happens in Silicon Valley or Seattle for that matter. Um, and I noticed you are actually hiring, unlike, many of the folks in our space who are downsizing and riffing. You're actually looking for more engineers, more team members, right?
Yeah, we're hiring 9 more engineers. We're hiring, like, just basically unlimited new salespeople. Um, yeah, we're hiring across everything: marketing, sales, design, engineering.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm really excited to be a partner. I hope some viewers will sign up for Usage AI and get a $500 Apple gift card when they reach a certain threshold spend using code Evan100. So look forward to your progress onwards and upwards. Congratulations on all the success and traction you're getting. And yeah, well, maybe we'll do another update soon after reInvent to get your take on the market and key takeaways.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. This was really fantastic and really well put together.
Oh, thanks so much. Take care and have a great week.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Bye bye.